One of the biggest bulls for Bitcoin just sold. And what is going on with Bitcoin? It's continuing to fall. Is there levels down here that just make sense? Well, the very first thing we need to look at is the biggest guy, the biggest name in Bitcoin, which is Michael Saylor. What did he just recently do? Well, on June 1st, it was reported that he sold 32 Bitcoins worth $2.5 million. And this is a guy who said that he would never sell his Bitcoin. Now, actually, look at this. So check this out. February 2nd, 2025. This was right here. Never sell your Bitcoin. Okay. All the way back there. And then here we are, just not very much longer later. Michael Saylor strategy sold 32 billion. So I don't know what that's all about. But we just got something that he just posted. It says back to work. So essentially he's buying more Bitcoin here at these levels. So, you know, who do you trust? Who do you look at? What do you do with Bitcoin? Well, the only thing that I trust and look at is the charts. And so I don't follow gurus that just say buy, buy, buy every single time. You have to have levels that make sense. And the level here that makes sense, well, there is a green floor here at 59,000. That is a very, very lucrative position to be if it does fall into that zone. But what I'm looking at is so I actually have an indicator here called the gravity zone. And essentially this is there is a big volume node in this particular area. And so essentially there's a lot of price action going on in this particular zone here. And so what I'm looking at is for it to maybe bounce off of this sell level or even fall a little bit more into this floor. So really what makes sense to me is for this $59,800 range to test again. Now it may not. I actually see an interesting thing here as well. There's an interesting trend line that it broke here. So there's 1, 2, and then it broke very strongly here on the daily. It just continues to fall down. So would I be interested in Bitcoin at this price? I mean, it is definitely a lot cheaper than it was last year, but we will continue to see what will happen. We'll continue to watch these guys who just say buy at any given time, no matter what. But I like to actually see a chart pattern that would make sense. To me, this $59,800 level would be an interesting play for a potential maybe like a sideways move where we do something like this and then maybe get another maybe a nice little bounce like that. So that's what I would be watching. That's the only thing I personally would be interested in. Now, could you buy it here if you're a long-term Bitcoin holder? Absolutely. But for me, I like the price action to make sense. So this is where I would be interested if I would be in a position in Bitcoin. Some of the altcoins as well, it's kind of the same thing. We've actually already broken we actually just broke the gravity zone here on the daily on Solana. So this is another floor that makes sense. This is 67.40. Let's see Ethereum. Ethereum probably has the same level. Yep. We can actually see the same level. When you see, we actually are getting these sell side alerts on some of these assets as well. So this is this floor. And so you see this right here. It says floor. This is the floor that just makes sense on a lot of these altcoins, a lot of Bitcoin, XRP, the same thing. There's that level. Let's go to Cardano. Actually, Cardano is interesting because it has already broken that floor. So Cardano's already broken that floor. So we'll see if it can actually hold that. If Bitcoin and everything else goes down, Cardano is going to be in some serious trouble. It will continue to fall as well. And what about Chainlink? Yeah, there's that same floor there as well. So pretty interesting, right? Pretty interesting that all of these, all the altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they all kind of have this same floor area that just makes sense. So honestly, to me, if we break down into this floor on all of these, essentially they'll all be probably hitting around the same time. That's where I'm interested. That's where I'm interested in for a buyer as far as that goes. Now, if it would continue to fall, and I probably have a very, very tight stop loss because this is a key level. If it does fall and break and confirm below, let's just say the candles the price would go below this and then just start confirming basically the end of the day, it would just close below it. That would not be good for some of obviously Bitcoin, all these altcoins and things like that. So this is the play that I'm interested. So if this is something you guys are interested in, let me know in the comments. Are you buying right now? Are you selling? Are you saying I'm staying out of Bitcoin, crypto? It's all a scam. I never was in it in the first place. Let me know. I'd be interested to see what kind of what you guys, how you feel about crypto at this particular case. Typically what happens, and I'm actually check this out. So below here, this is the week performance, monthly, 3-month. So, I mean, Bitcoin has not been doing good. So Bitcoin has not been doing good at all. And so is it due for a corrective to the correction to the upside? Yes. When will that level happen? Well, like I said, that $6,000 range, or, around 5,000 or 58,000, wherever let's see that exact price. Let me actually get the exact price. So it's 59,950. So around that particular area, that is going to be the monster support zone for Bitcoin to hold. If it breaks that, I haven't even looked, but there's gonna be some just very strong downside potential for that. An aggressive target is probably 56,000. Then there's another level at 49,000, but we won't really focus on that now. What we want to focus on is that number, with that level, that if it does come down into that level, we will be interested in a buy position. If it doesn't come back there and it just goes straight up from here, awesome. Congratulations to you guys who bought the dip. But like I said, me personally, I like to wait for those specific support resistance zones, and I like to use tools like you saw here on the chart, the gravity zone, to make that happen. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I'll wrap this up. See you guys next.